is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm
Oh,
married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
What's up, everybody?
It sounds like I'm yelling from over there.
Off panel. Oh yeah.
Off panel, off topic.
Well, we got a new setup going on here in the man
I
cave
can barely
studio.
see you.
I'm sitting in the recliner. Tyler's sitting on the other end of the couch.
I'm purposely leaning away from him.
because my
I don't want to look at you.
shit. Now I pulled the stand. I pulled the stand too far.
Off air kind of in joke. We have, and you'll see when we start doing video here soon. We got all the.
We were gonna try and do it this week, but
yeah.
it just didn't work out.
I got over here late. My fault. But we have these arms that attach to like tables and stuff.
Actually, you know what? This is better anyway. I like holding the mic. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say last week. But so it's really funny because if I'm not careful with my arm over here, that's why I sat in the recliner last week. And like the reaction from Jake is he's not genuinely pissed. He's irked. But since we're, always making each other laugh and shit, like he kind of goes overboard and it's really funny. And so now he's literally fucked up that arm like twice already.
It's also the stress of
not that easy, is it?
having a baby and being very close to the release date of my child.
Both of us have.
You know what? Everybody talks about due date.
Yeah.
Why don't we refer to babies being born as the release date?
Yeah.
Because it's the same concept. I'm starting it now. We are just under a month from my baby's release date. I think it's nice, but I think it's a little bit of that and a little bit of I had
a crazy weekend.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, I have a vision for this studio, and we've been talking about doing video for a while, and we just haven't been doing it because I'm trying to get the Man Cave studio to look the way I want it to, and I would make a cool looking set on camera. So the stress of that and really just Tyler in general causing me stress.
Yeah.
And,
well, no, I'm stressed too.
in life. But you know what helped with my stress? Doing this show every week.
Mm-hmm.
And quite honestly, we might just ditch the arms altogether. I kind of like just doing it holding the mic because
that's fine.
This is a much more relaxed vibe, and I got my feet up.
I don't know why, but I've
ass in the water.
I've gotten into the whole I don't have to touch the mic thing from just both of us are in radio a lot.
But now it feels like I'm doing a live show or something.
You're doing a Q&A.
Yeah. Feels like we're doing a paddle.
We're doing a paddle. Bend over.
It's a podcast panel. It's a paddle. How do we get paddle out of that?
Other than that, we have a lot to dig into to this week.
It's going to be a chunky episode.
Man.
Now, I want to be fair.
Okay.
To Spider-Man No Way Home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to count this and then the next segment we're about to do as the whole review because this might be our longest episode. I'm not saying it will be.
It's going to be.
I'm saying it's got the potential because this is a long movie and there's a lot of shit and it was really funny.
Do you remember I don't know if you're old enough to remember, but when I was a kid, there was a Husky section in the boys section.
Yeah. Husky,
which is a nice way of saying fat.
This is a Husky episode.
This is going to be a Husky episode.
All right. Well, without further ado, before we get to what everybody's here for, why you clicked on this episode, because trust me, we're going to go balls deep on the Batman.
Oh.
Balls deep. But before we do that,
every time you say balls deep,
Tyler, this is a return of one of my favorite segments.
Oh yeah.
What am I putting in my mouth? You know what?
That is what we're calling it.
You know what we have to now?
Yep.
Can we make that? I want merch. What's going in my mouth? Yeah. Okay. Let's narrow it down. What is the title of this segment? Is it going to be what's?
It's always going to be some kind of food.
But what's in my? Well, yeah. What's in my mouth?
What's in my mouth? What's going in my mouth?
What's going in my mouth is too long to put on a T-shirt. Is what I'm saying. So I'm saying what's going in my mouth? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not. What's going in my mouth?
So it's like everything we do.
What's going in my mouth is brought to you by this week by Fruit Loops
cereal
flavored
milk.
Jake had an idea of how they make this. How do they make this, Jake?
They jerk off a toucan.
No. That's actually really original. But no, you.
So again, like every segment on this
he-
show, it's
he
oddly
thinks-
sexual.
He thinks that for some reason that there's
I'm telling you, this,
thousands of like
Tyler,
kids
let me
in Southeast
Tyler,
Asia.
Tyler,
eating...
let me explain. You
Okay.
told me to explain, and then you explained it.
Okay, go for it. Okay, but he
All
has a
right.
really great idea. for
Yeah.
it.
So, well, Tyler pretty much said it, but yeah, I didn't do in the Southeast Asia shit. You threw that in there.
You know, there's a
well-
sweatshop involved with this shit. You fucking know it.
Yeah, they squeeze the
Nobody-
sweat. They squeeze the sweat out of toucans. to
Nobody
make the-
working in an
Okay,
environment.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, because we're never gonna drink this shit. We're stalling, so we don't have to drink it.
Kind
I
of.
said all they did was just take the milk from the bowl of the cereal they ate and just poured it into a bottle. Because why? How else are you gonna make
Get a
this?
bunch of fucking Kellogg's fucking.
No, Tyler! It's from the special
Oh.
toucan fucking cow.
What's wrong, honey? Well, they released this new fucking product, so now instead of boxing honey bunches of oats all day with a hairnet, I have to eat bowl after
Anyway,
bowl after bowl.
So anyway, this is
Fucking Fruit Loops.
this is a Nestle Kellogg's collaboration right here. And
It's an unholy.
I love it when
This is Lovecraftian.
I love it when corporations make abominations together.
Yeah. By the way, this used to be called Monopolies, but now it's called Synergy.
Tyler, can you, since I have to hold my mic, can you open your bottle into the mic?
Well, I already did open it.
Well, then fuck
yeah.
you.
Well, hang on. All I'm doing is just bumping it against.
It's not doing anything. All right. Yeah, nice sound effects. All right, ready? 3.
It smells like okay.
We're too far away. We can't clinky. But okay,
Metaphysical clinky.
clinky. 3, 2, 1, drink. Oh my God! It's like drinking a bowl of cereal. Why would?
It literally is like drinking the milk after you finish the bowl.
It is. I'm telling you, this is disgusting.
Why? Why, Nestle? Why? You fucking.
Oh my God!
I want some more.
You want some more?
Oh, no, I'm hooked.
It's really.
It doesn't get better.
Nope. It's just more just like why?
Look, if you want, you know what? If you're one of those people who's thank God that had nothing in it. If you're one of those people who
How do people finish that shit?
if you're one of those if you're one of those people who is like, I really love milk, but it's just not chalky enough, this product is for you.
So, what is going to be the what's in my mouth ratings? Because Cake Bites that passed A+, 10 out of 10. But what about
I say we got 2 ratings.
okay?
We got fuck yes and avoid at all costs.
Avoid
And
at all
this,
costs.
This gets a big old fat.
But Marvel Cake Bites for sure. Yeah, hell yeah, fuck yes, hell yes, whatever. But yeah, this has been another great segment of what's in my mouth.
What's in my mouth? What's in my mouth?
I don't know why it was a wolf. Like of all,
Can I
animals.
pretend like I have something? Like, what's in my mouth?
All right, so
Sorry.
we're just moving on. So
probably bad.
now 9 minutes in, we'll put a time code for you because I guarantee you don't want to listen to that. So now it's
I
time.
feel like I just drank like
Before we get to the interview,
Pepto-Bismol.
or the review, excuse me, of the Batman, I liked what we did to Bacon Fest, and I wanted to do more of like instant reaction.
Yeah,
so
yeah. We talked about
Tyler
this,
has 2 clips. I only have 1, but Tyler has a clip of before going into the movie and a clip right out of the movie. So
Yeah.
Tyler, without further ado, go ahead and play your clip.
Here you go. And this is and neither of them are especially like great or anything, but it shows my state of mind. So here we go. I'm here. I'm about to see The Batman. My showing starts in about 20 minutes, so I'm just got here in the car. I'm going to go get my snacks. I am awash with anticipation. The more I read about it, the more reviews that I've seen, the more excited I have gotten. I haven't been This is actually the first DC Comics movie I've been to in the theaters since, I think, Batman vs. Superman. Every other one I just watched on, whatever.
I just
But
watched.
I'm excited, man. I'm going to watch it with anticipation. I'm super, super excited. I will give you my report afterwards, but we will talk to you later.
After the movie.
Just got home from watching the Batman. A plus.
Speechless.
You should
I
hear.
haven't seen
Wait till you hear
a
mine.
Batman movie like that since I don't know if I've ever seen one like that. It evokes classic Batman, but it like takes it in a whole new direction. It's great. All the performances, you can't even tell that's Colin Farrell. That's hats off to him.
Yeah.
And can't wait to discuss it with Jake on the show. It was awesome. I'm blown away. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm going to
So,
take off my Bluetooth.
Oh.
That's really pleasant. Gotta say.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you had that. That was pretty much how I felt. It was something that weirdly, I wasn't really that hyped for a while, and then I just kept.
I definitely.
Oh, the marketing worked because as the marketing came out, I kept getting more excited about it. And I
Well,
think,
you automatically have a better, have a more invested interest. Like you're more of a Batman guy than I am.
Batman's my favorite superhero.
Yeah.
So I love Batman,
Yeah.
and so here is my
I can't wait. I've heard
reaction. This is even better than you think because this is a special guest appearance from Luke Moyer. So this is an
What?
impromptu Batcast reunion for this segment. Okay, it's not playing yet.
Did you hook yourself to Bluetooth? Because I took mine off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's fucking on you, not me.
I took mine off.
I didn't. I thought it connected. It did not connect yet. Sorry. Here we go.
My fault.
It's always your fault.
Garage. So I'm in the parking garage. I'm with Luke here. It's an impromptu Batcast. I'll be quick for the rest of the show, but fucking good. Yeah, that's pretty much my out of the theater reaction. Incredible. And I'll say it here.
Hear our wives talking
My
in the
favorite
background.
Batman movie, number one, with a
As
bullet.
soon as the movie started, full hard on. Just full hard on.
Every time they play his theme, it wiggles a little bit. My wiener wiggles a little bit.
My pants were extremely tight throughout that movie.
Well, anyway, on to the show.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
You know what? I knew.
No, that's a movie I wish we.
That's a great way to tell it. My pants were pretty tight throughout the whole movie.
That was one of those scenarios. I wish that's a movie I wish we could have seen. All three of us could have seen that together.
yeah,
because
dude.
well, we watched it out of we went back home to Omaha for a baby shower and stuff, and we got some maternity pictures and all that, and then we went to see the movie, and we made something fell through with where the friend we were staying with. They got sick and non-COVID related illness, and so we just decided to come back home, and to keep each other awake, I just talked about the movie for 2 fucking hours in the car because I couldn't stop. And
You guys came home last night?
yeah.
Oh God, I didn't know that. Shit.
But anyway, the whole thing is I had a friend tell me this. Friend of the show, Box Office Bros. We friends of the show, Corey and Chance do that show. They're doing their review too. My buddy Chance, he texted me and he goes, "I don't know how to explain it to you, but I want to see it again." And I was sitting there with Luke, and it was not a bit. Like the boner shit was a little bit of a bit, but not quite. But because we did feel that way. But
I said right
no,
after
but
the
sitting
thing, I was like,
sitting in
yeah,
the theater,
that's
I'm like,
accurate.
start it up again. I'll watch another 3 fucking hours of this. Like, it's unreal.
Honestly, the only thing I didn't like about the movie had nothing to do with the movie, and that was the fact that I got they put so much fucking shit in front of movies now. That I got there about 1:10. My movie started at 1:20, and from 1:10 to 1:20 is Maria Menounos, and then from like 1:20 to 1:25 is commercials. And then there's like
Yeah.
19 previews, and by like the 13th one, I'm like, I'm ready to watch my fucking movie now.
The thing is trailers. I think trailers in front of movies are almost useless at this point.
Did you guys have a the DC thing they came out with earlier this year?
The sizzle reel?
Yeah, did you guys have that right before the movie too?
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's how my movie started. It went from previews into the sizzle reel into the Batman.
No, ours just it had the previews and then right to
You had didn't see the sizzle reel.
right to
Huh.
the Batman.
Huh.
Yeah.
By the way, loved the
Well, my
Let's get
theater
to it,
experience was
man.
interesting because we went to an Alamo Draft House, and this is the first time.
Oh, so you were more like a flicks. Okay.
Yeah, so that was the first time I'd been to one of those in a while,
Mhm.
and we got there a little bit earlier than Luke and his wife, so we just kind of hung out.
Do they also play like funny shit like
Yeah.
Flicks does? Because that
Well, they were doing like old Batman, the animated series toy
yeah.
commercials.
I
and
love
shit
seeing
like that.
Star Wars movies at Flicks
But
because
we stopped at they have a bar, so we
Yeah.
stopped at the bar. I got a beer, and then we went to the movie, and that one beer I think I drank a little too quick because I wasn't tipsy or anything, but I was like starting to feel a buzz. It also indicates that I'm not much of a drinker anymore. And then silly me was like, well, we're here. This is a 3-hour movie. I'm gonna get another beer because I'm gonna nurse the shit out of that thing for 3 hours. So, but our Luke, I thought he was running late because I thought our show time was at 6:40, and it's like 6:30, and I'm like, dude, like, and it's one of those places where they want to get everybody in.
well, they have
a very strict policy about
and
being
I
late.
love it too.
But
Because
anyway,
it's like, look, yeah.
Anyway, by the time we get to the theater, then I look up and I see the show time says 7. So I was like, oh, so they weren't really late at all. And now I feel like a dickhead because I've probably made them like panic and rush.
So let's get on with it because
So-
I want to talk about this movie.
I will say this though, the special Enigma popcorn for this movie from Alamo, delicious.
Enigma, huh?
It's like a cinnamon popcorn with like little churro bites in it, like little pieces of churro. The
I'm
churro.
pissed. I just got.
Don't get it for the churro.
I went
shit.
to a matinee on Friday, which means that all the popcorn that I got was from the night before.
So anyway,
Did you know they do that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Before we talk about the
But
movie,
enough butter makes it good.
shut up.
You shut
we
up.
gotta start the review.
You're a whore.
Hey, hey. Of course,
Pizza time.
we're gonna talk about everything. So once again,
Pizza time.
full on spoilers now. Turn away. Tyler,
As soon as
what the fuck?
the big red Batman shows up, like, I love how the movie starts. I didn't know how it was going to start. You
Yeah.
know, some movies start with like kind of a cold open, and they have credits and who's in it, while they're, and some actually have like a credit sequence. And this one literally just starts off with a giant fucking red, the Batman. And then it goes, man, and it's fucking there, and you're already fucking in it.
So,
And the music is so fucking good.
well, when I told Ashley, because
Makeup is so good. Those Joker dudes. Anyway,
I'll get this out of the way. My opinion of the movie is this. I think it's my favorite Batman movie, and the reason I like it the most of any Batman movie because I think it successfully incorporates everything that makes Batman Batman.
yeah.
So it pulls from everything. There's inspiration from Keaton's Batman. There's inspiration from Nolan's Batman and the animated series and even Earth 1 Batman comics. So there's so much that they're pulling from everything.
You could
and
make.
that's
you
probably
fuck- you
why I
could-
love it so
you
much.
could make the case that Colin Farrell is pulling from the fucking Batman series of the '60s a little bit with his over the top Oswald Cobblepot. But here's the thing: it is over the top, but it works for the character. But you could make an argument that even the original like Adam West fucking series has a little bit of a stamp. You kind of, I mean, if you're making a Batman thing, anything, you kind of can't help but be influenced by almost everything.
yeah.
There's so much
Yeah.
out there, so
Yeah.
much lore.
Well, and it really leans into its gothic roots too. And,
Yeah.
and it leans into that because the costume reminds me of like Gotham by Gaslight in a way. It kind of has that vibe because of the collared.
I never
cape.
thought about that, but yeah, I do like. I really liked how they made it made it basically like a leather helmet. You know, you could see like the chips and
the
stuff by the
cape
end of it.
being collared. I liked that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is what I think, and we're gonna really break down the story of it. But I think for me, again, why I think it's my favorite Batman movie is I think it commits 100% to what it wants to achieve, and what it wants to achieve is to show you that, look, you don't give a fuck about Bruce Wayne. Nobody does. Bruce Wayne is hardly in this movie. It's all Batman. And even when Bruce Wayne is in this movie, he's still Batman.
Here's the thing,
And
though.
I understand how that could be a problem narratively, because at that point it's like, how do these people not figure this out if he doesn't change his personality any? That's a fair criticism. But I also love that about this movie, that Bruce Wayne just doesn't care if they know he's, he does, but he also is like, I just don't care. You're nothing to me. I don't care about you criminals. And that shows differently at the end of the movie, because towards the end of the movie, I think he finally learns that all this anger and broodiness and this distance doesn't help him.
Well,
I think that's because of what happens to Alfred, honestly.
you want to know my favorite thing about this movie, honestly, more than anything about any other iteration of the Batman ever? Any makeup artist knows that when you put a mask on somebody, you have to have some eye paint, or else it looks fucking weird. If you want to make it look like the comics, you got to have some black eye paint to cover up the skin that's showing. And every Batman from fucking Keaton, I don't know about West, but Keaton, Kilmer, Clooney,
all of them.
Bale, all of them had to have black eye paint to have those masks. And every time they show him a bunch of times after he gets done being Batman, he takes off the thing and he's got, like, it looks like he looks really goth, like a goth kid.
Looks very emo, yeah.
Right, but it's just, hey, he hasn't wiped them, and I think they even show him wiping off the eye makeup at one point.
Yeah.
I think they do, and it's like, fucking thank you for giving me that little thing.
what's
I'm
funny?
not an idiot.
You know what's funny is the first movie to ever do that was Kick-Ass, to ever actually show that process. I like that movie. How do you not like that
give
movie?
a shit about Kick-Ass.
But I'm just saying Nick Cage was the first one to do that on screen, not any Batman. It was Nick Cage.
Yeah.
And even in this movie, they don't even show him putting on the eye makeup. That's all I'm saying. That's one of the reasons.
Yeah, they don't show him putting it on.
That's one of the reasons why I loved it too. Is just that little detail of him having the raccoon eyes and having that smeared makeup.
Yeah.
Is just the
That was
like that
probably
little
Yeah.
level of detail is really cool. And it's amazing that we haven't seen that really in a Batman movie ever before. And yeah, there's just it's so hard to talk about this movie. Because there's so much I want to talk about. But
well, in the other movies, real quick, in the other movies,
I don't want to spend forever on eye makeup.
No, but in the other movies, he's constantly going back and forth to the Bruce Wayne that is like the public figure.
Right. And in this movie, he doesn't.
He doesn't that much. Yeah. So
even at the funeral, he's still brooding and doesn't say shit.
He doesn't have his eye makeup.
What?
He doesn't have his eye makeup on. No. He just doesn't say anything.
Will you just stop?
I don't know.
Talk about the movie, please. Anything than this eye makeup discussion. I'm one out.
I really liked the vegetable mask. I want to get one.
No, I don't like that.
What?
I like that he has a diary because again, how this is Batman and more Batman than a lot of people think is we really haven't had a Batman movie with narration. This is the first Batman movie to incorporate narration.
Yes.
And if you've read a Batman comic, it's all internal monologuing. It's all captioned monologues from
We're
Bruce.
getting Batman who knows he's far enough into being Batman that he knows what he wants
2 years
to
in this story,
accomplish.
yeah.
But he's not far enough in it that he has completely figured it out. And this movie is largely about him figuring out what it takes to be Bruce Wayne and Batman in Gotham City for the best of Gotham, to give the best that he can to Gotham. And it we'll get to the end scene obviously, but that's a big part of it.
I had a burp.
That's disgusting.
The movie is an interesting start because I was thinking, because this whole time I love that they say it's like he's 2 years into it, He's still kind of young. He's still kind of figuring things out. But we skip his origin story, which thank God, because I was sitting there. I was really sitting there. I noticed the binoculars at first with that first shot, so I was like, wait a minute, this is a little off. But then also feel my brain start to turn, my gears starting to turn to being like, well, maybe this is still Bruce trying to go to the thing. And then thank God it wasn't. But this is why I love this opening scene, and why I love it that the Riddler's in the first shot of the movie and not Batman, because it immediately smacks you in the face with its tone. Like, it clubs you in the back of the head.
Fucking creepy when you finally
when he's
see
walking
him
by
just
and you see his
standing there.
glasses. But like, this movie literally takes the fucking carpet tool and smashes you in the head and being like, this is the movie we're watching.
Yeah.
It's going to be violent. It's going to be dark. It's not your granddaddy's like Batman, which, by the way, Batman's always been dark, so this is nothing.
Paul Dano fucking
but
knocks it out of the park.
That is such a great start to the movie, because it 100% is a tone setter, and it's and that's really the part where you're like, I'm either on board with this or not, because it's creepy, and it's violent, and it's jarring. And then next immediate scene, we don't have any other thing other than Batman's there at the crime scene. And then I love this so much, because then this is what this movie was always about, and it's another example of something that's so tied to the character that we have never seen before. This is a cop procedural. This is a detective story, 100%. And Ashley pointed out, it's like a video game. Like, the pacing of this movie is like playing a video game, because it is okay. You went to this part, you got to figure out this puzzle to get to the next objective. And
by the way, Matt Reeves, thank you for giving us riddles that our 4-year-old kids could solve, like, readily. Like, I really appreciate that you gave us enough respect to our intelligence to give us genuine, hard to solve riddles.
And that's a bold strategy for him to make his first Batman movie be the Riddler, because the Riddler doesn't have very many stories, because he's hard to write, because it's hard to write the traps and the riddles and the ways that he can, and it's not an easy character to write. So props to him for doing that, and also giving it its own unique flair, because however you might feel about Jim Carrey's performance, it's at the time was still pretty accurate to what the character was. The Riddler was just another Joker type character. And then throughout the years,
you can appreciate that Carrey took a lot of inspiration from Gorshin's Riddler in the Adam West series, because Adam West or Gorshin made him that kind of like you know, and Carrey took this Batman. Carrey was perfect to play that role, and he did a great job of it. Unfortunately, the movie as a whole is just shit. I watched it the other day, and I barely made it through.
I fucking love that movie.
You gotta be kidding me.
Just for how bad it is.
Okay.
I know it's garbage, but well, you gotta understand, that's my.
All I gotta say
no,
is
no. Listen to me, motherfucker. You grew up. You had Keaton Batman when you were a kid. Guess what I had? I had fucking Schumacher Batman. So I get it, shit. But it's my childhood you're talking about.
So this.
Also, when are we getting Batman No Way Home? I want that. When are we gonna get all the Batman
Two-Face
back?
is robbing a bank, and everybody in the
What do
city
you do?
is
No,
suddenly
we're not
there,
doing this. You know what? Hey, save it for the Batman commentaries. Save it. Because I want to talk about the good Batman movie with the Riddler in it, The Batman.
Okay.
So yeah, but I love this. I love this scene too, because Batman throughout this movie actually figures out all these riddles pretty quick.
Yeah.
And I think that really adds to just saying.
Gordon has a role in helping out too, which is.
I know, but what I'm saying is it leans into his detective and intelligence. Like, they're showing you that
that's what kind of
Batman
makes
is
it
really smart.
Right, but that what I was saying is that it lends itself to show the kind of relationship that Gordon and Batman have,
right.
Which is, hey, we respect each other enough to go do back and forth and figure shit out.
Well, and again, tone setting. That's what this movie does right away. Not the other cops don't really like him. The other cops hate Batman, but Gordon, he says, "Hey, he's with me."
They don't really like Gordon either.
Yeah, and that's why, because they're all. It's this again. It ties to what makes Batman Batman, and this is why. And we're going to talk about Ben Shapiro later in this episode. Yeah. But this is why anybody that says
I was having a good time.
Shush. You need it. You need it. You need Ben Shapiro's take. So you shut your mouth right now.
You need it. You need it.
And by need it, I mean you need to hear us rip into that fucking turd.
Fucking turd.
Anyway.
Didn't plan that.
No, that was pretty good. Yeah, that was off the.
Let's-
That was.
It was off
the
panel, off
cuff.
topic.
Oh,
Okay, just go. We suck.
I'm sorry.
We tried to get
I'm-
everybody
no,
to go to
I
Bacon
was
Fest
su-
with us, and nobody wanted to go.
Nobody likes us.
Yeah.
Why are you bringing up that shit? I'm gonna cry. So back to the show. God, what are we talking about? Batman. I really did lose my train. I was talking about. Oh, well, okay. So no, anybody that sees this. Sorry, I didn't mean
Excuse
to pop
me.
the mic there. So
Yeah.
anybody that sees this movie and looks you dead in the face and tells you that this isn't what Batman is about, they're a fucking moron. Because there are, as I've pointed out, so many different elements of the character that are woven into this movie, and Jim Gordon is one of them. Jim Gordon is actually competent, and I'm not. And there's going to be obvious comparisons between The Dark Knight and The Batman because they're the two best Batman movies. I get that. And I think what Gary Oldman does with Gordon in The Dark Knight is good. I love Gordon in those movies.
Yeah.
But I like this Gordon more because he is working in tandem with Batman. They're a team in this. And they're a team in Nolan's movies, but majority of the time Batman's doing a lot of the fighting and stuff. And you're actually seeing Gordon be a very active member of the story. He's never really been a main character in any Batman movies.
Not really, no. In the Burton verse, including Schumacher's, because all four of those movies are in the same universe. It's Pat Hingle, who by the time of the first movie is too old to do any action pieces.
Yeah.
No, seriously, like,
Yeah,
great actor, but
And besides, that he wasn't really Gordon, you know what I mean?
No.
Like the way that they made that character. No, but yeah, you're right. And so Nolan was the first time we actually got to see Gordon do stuff.
yeah.
And I just think it's a whole different level with
Shit, in the Adam West stuff,
This one.
which is the other iteration that we've seen of live action, he was a dude in an office. He never left his office.
yeah.
He talked to them in the office and, all right, go do your
But-
shit.
But what's crucial about this scene showing off the detective and intelligence of Batman, because he says he didn't die from the blood loss of his head, he died from his hand, and they show that the guy had his thumb severed off. And again, something that Batman figured out. And then we have the
Thumb drive.
what happens when liars sleep.
They lie, or die.
Or
What happens after
when
a liar's
yeah.
dead? He lies still.
Yes. And that Batman figures that out right away.
Yeah.
And then that leads them to another scene. We get to see him go back to the Batcave and Alfred be like, hey, have you slept? And Bruce Wayne's like, nah, dude. Which, by the way, in the journal, he says October 31st, the beginning of the... Oh, we totally skipped past the actual first scene of the movie
told
of Batman. Was him beating up the clowns. But you
I
did...
started with the fucking vegetable mask,
Yes, but we did...
which is part of that whole sequence.
You did, but we never really,
I
like...
gave you an arrow to the right
Anyway,
path.
I know, but I'm saying we really didn't talk. We didn't elaborate on it as much as this, but that's fine. Whatever. It's just a scene where he beats up a dude. But
There's a lot of it's
co-
really great to
What's cool about it is
introduce
him
Gotham.
coming out of the shadows.
He introduces Gotham.
Yeah. But
he
the reason
introduces the city
reason
that he's in. Yeah, go
The
ahead.
reason I
sorry.
touch on that is because he writes the date, and it's again the narration in the journal.
Yeah.
But it says October 31st, right? And at the end of this movie, he says November 6th. And I'm like, that all happened in a fucking week? Jesus. And he didn't sleep any of that time.
Yeah.
That's why at the end of the movie, his eyes are fucking bloodshot. But that's the thing that kills me about this movie is just how condensed. But I like that it's condensed in that in a week because it shows you how pertinent everything is.
Yeah.
But so yeah, then we go out later. We find out about him on the case with Gordon again, and then they go to the car of the victim and they find the thumb drive. That's why his thumb was severed off.
That actually made me giggle
No, and that was fun.
when he goes thumb drive, and I was like,
yeah, and
I don't know why that's funny. It's awful.
but that's what I love about it is there
guy's
is
thumb.
some dark humor in this movie,
Yeah.
and
Gross
and-
looking thumb.
this movie doesn't the little bits of humor that are in it. And there's very little, but when it's in there, it's subtle, so it doesn't take you out of the movie. Like Penguin, is funny in this movie. Like when they confront him and they show him this dead body, he's like, "Oh, why are you showing me that?"
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fucking, and then he uses that line of like, "World's greatest detective's my ass."
Yeah.
Like just like he's so goofy, but he works. It's weird. So that's we find the thumb drive, and then that leads us to the Iceberg Lounge, where we meet Colin Farrell's Penguin, who is indistinguishable.
Who, by the way, I love the way.
Also, Iceberg Lounge. Fuck
Hey,
yeah.
whoa there, sweetheart. Hey,
Yeah, hey, take it easy.
I love.
Yeah.
And we talked about this off the air. I seriously think Colin Farrell watched The Untouchables. With
yeah,
De
with De
Niro's. Because, dude, I've seen Untouchables so many times.
That's a
So-
movie I've never actually seen all the way through.
I'll let you borrow it. But one of my favorites and one of De Niro's best performances. He's not in it a whole lot. He's probably in like 5 or 6
Is he
scenes.
Al Capone in that movie?
Yeah, but he's the main character's Elliot Ness. It's Kevin Costner and Sean
the
Connery,
team
whatever.
that takes out Capone.
Right, but he does show up and he has his own set pieces, whatnot. But I really do think because he has the same like mannerisms, the same accent, like "Hey, sweetheart," hey,
Yeah.
it's just the whole. But man, what a! I'm really glad that Russell Crowe or that Colin Farrell did not go down the Russell Crowe like path of like the douchebag, like foreign sounding actor, No, he seems
I don't know where you were going with that, so I
no,
just kind of.
but like Russell Crowe was like
Yeah.
the and Colin's from Ireland, so they're not.
Another example of what I love about Battinson is when he goes to the Iceberg Lounge. Luke was it's the twins, but Luke was like, "Is that a reference to Tweedledee Tweedledum?" Like, but
Maybe.
I was thinking maybe, but maybe it's just a cute little trick. But anyway, he goes with like the twin henchmen. So he goes in, beats the fuck out of some henchmen. But my favorite part of that was like, "You better get out of here. That suit's gonna fill with blood." And he goes, "Mine or yours." And I was
Yeah.
like, "That's a cool line."
Yeah.
So then he goes in. Oh, we also find out before this that his eyes have contact lenses that
Yes.
are surveillance, which will come into play later. Which, again, pulling from everything that is Batman, that is from a video game, that is from the Batman Telltale series. They were the first ones to introduce contact lenses as like a surveillance tool for Batman.
Here's the thing I really like going along with that is there's a lot of like really futuristic, like on the cusp of stuff, technology.
Right, and that's why I think this movie is tied closer to Burton's Batman than most people think, because that movie had modern technology but had a 50s noir vibe.
That's what I was gonna say. Is
Right.
yeah, like the environment they're in
It's modern,
is so
but-
like 60s,
Yeah.
70s grimy, like New York.
It's because
but they're using cell phones and
Yeah.
contact lenses with fucking computers in them and shit.
And that's because the Art Deco is so fucking good in this movie.
Yeah.
Like the design of every set, you're right, looks so. It's like this weird futuristic or like contemporary noir look.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
But and the Iceberg Lounge is a great example because we visit that place a few times, and each time it's from the promotional shit. And it's that hard red light when he goes in. There's never any light.
Yeah.
Even later when he goes back and he fights the henchman, which is a fucking badass set
So
piece,
cool.
where the guns are going off and it's dark. Again, there's no light anytime he's in that room in that area.
Let's just talk about how cool that one scene was because
Sure,
I don't remember.
Fuck it, we'll jump around. I don't give a
yeah,
shit.
but this one I really want to talk about it because there's something to be said for giving me a fixed camera from a distance and then giving me more not straight up stark black and white, but giving me just enough to tell what's going on
yeah,
and using the story and the action to tell me what's going on.
he does that throughout the whole movie.
Love it.
He like you
Fucking love it,
like
man.
you talked about. The literal first shot of the movie is of Riddler being in the background.
You know what's more horrifying
whole
than
time.
seeing like the horror monster in a movie is the implication of the horror
Just
monster.
standing there waiting,
right?
stalking.
Yes. The first time we see Riddler right there is just
Stalking
like,
him. He could kill him right away, but he waits.
oh my god, that's so fucking creepy. Like Dano just fucking
But that's the
nails
thing
it, dude.
is but that's the beauty of
Such
this.
a good actor.
That's the beauty of this is the duality of what they were doing with Riddler and Batman, because Batman, when the first shot you see, he comes from out of the dark alleyway, and he does it multiple times.
I love like the
and
whole.
it's like and it's
you hear his footsteps forever before you see him, and all the Jokers are like,
Yeah, and it's man, don't even get me fucking started on the sound design of this movie. Holy shit. I want to watch this with headphones and just lock into it and
Yeah.
just be fully
Fucking
engrossed.
A, man.
So that's probably what I'm going to do when it comes to HBO Max in April. But
April?
yeah, this is only going to be in theaters for 45 days. This
Cool.
This is their test. This is their test idea to release movies in theaters still, like having their cake and eating it too.
That's fine.
Still getting subscribers.
Sounds good to me.
I like it.
Yeah, fuck it.
If they're going to put it up earlier than the fucking like 6-month window or whatever they do now,
Look, there's going to be people who are still going to want to go to the theaters,
I
and
will-
that's
yeah,
fine.
and I'll still watch
But
these.
there's also going to be people like me who are
Tyler,
like, I don't want to go see it in the theater.
The second this fucking movie gets put on HBO Max, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna stop what I'm doing, put the baby to sleep, and watch this fucking movie.
You know, I woke myself up early the day that Dune came out, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, fucking the Peacemaker finale. I stayed up till 2 a.m. to watch that shit.
I didn't that night. I accidentally saw the end of. I woke up at like 3 in the morning one night because I went to sleep at like 6 or something for a nap.
Yeah, but you're right. Like, there's so many moments, and this is why I think Matt. He did the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War of the Planet of the Apes before this, and I love those movies. He's so good at being a visual storyteller that, again, you're right. He uses a static shot to pull you in of just this creeping, thudding, like that.
Jesus,
thudding sound.
Nice job, asshole.
I was just saying you were doing it was a part of the bit.
That's exactly
If you
right.
would have just they wouldn't have even known if you would have just kept going, man. You just gotta
I like to be me.
brush your
I'm
shoulder.
a fuck up kind. Hey, it's all right.
Aren't we, Al? Anyway, back to the Batman. Yeah, and so the Iceberg Lounge stuff, I loved him beating up those guys because there's actually not a ton. There's a third act set piece and there's action there, but there's not a ton of action throughout. A lot of it's detective work, and
I'm okay with that.
I liked it.
Yes.
It worked perfectly fine for me.
Because you know what? The action set pieces are so visceral. That is the word that I was thinking on the way out
yeah.
was visceral. Like, I felt shit. I felt terror. I felt exhilaration.
Every time
I felt anxiety. I felt the rush of the Penguin being like, I got you, and then I felt the anxiety of like, here he comes anyway, and you're like, oh fuck. Like, I felt that shit. And dude, that's to me is the mark of a good filmmaker.
Yeah.
Is I felt the emotions that the characters were feeling as they were happening. And that's also a credit a lot to the sound design. Because really good sound design can really fucking bring you into the environment.
The score to this movie was fucking phenomenal.
You want to know what's really funny too is you said that as soon as you finished a movie that you wanted to watch it again.
Yeah.
Almost every thing they're doing CBR.com is doing exclusive interviews with the Batman cast this weekend.
Yeah.
And it's on YouTube or Facebook. Excuse me, I had to burp and hiccup. Anyway,
those are the worst.
yeah, right into the anyway. So, but every time he's the same guy interviews all the people, and he says to him like, first off, let me just say, including to Matt Reeves, he says, my biggest compliment I can give you is that as soon as the movie was over, I was like, I could spend another 3 hours in this world.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking true, dude. It's so true.
And that's the thing, as visceral and grimy and nasty as this world is, I still want to watch it.
Fuck dark and gritty, man. Fuck that shit.
It is, though.
No, but it's not. It's grimy. And what did you say? And dirty.
Dirty and visceral and
Visceral and grimy. I'll take that any day over fucking dark and gritty.
and to me, it's also a great example of what this character can do and what this medium can do when you let people, where you say, okay, yes, we have that main canon continuity that we have, but here's this Elseworlds movie that's the Batman,
DC
or this Elseworlds Joker movie, like, and I think DC gets that, and they've understood that, okay, we can't beat Marvel on their terms and do it. So how we're gonna compete with Marvel is take what they've done and built an intelligent enough audience that we can say, okay, this Batman isn't connected to this; it's its own story.
And it's fucking working, dude.
Yeah, DC
It really
DC is so much better at these single movies where you. And granted, James Gunn's movie is like a requel where it's like a reboot sequel. It's still tied to the DCEU, but it still was a movie where he was allowed to do whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
Reeves got to tell the Batman story he wanted to tell. And
Yep.
I think DC is starting to understand if we can put up the money to get these filmmakers that really care about this shit, it'll
Yeah.
work out.
The interviewer, I fucking hate this, but of course he's like, is there any extra material? Is there a different cut? And Reeves is like, no. This is exactly the movie I wanted.
I think
and Warner Brothers gave me the exact movie that I wanted to make. He literally looks at the camera and goes, there is no other cut. You know who you are, you fuckers.
Well, and I was talking to Ashley about this, and I said I don't think this movie would have changed my opinion on it either way if it was rated R or not.
No.
And she was shocked. She goes, "It wasn't rated R?" And I go, "No, that was PG-13." I was like, they skirted the rating as much as they could.
Yeah, all that happens when that happens is they just keep resubmitting the movie to the MPAA.
They got their fuck out in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean,
Happy fucking Halloween.
All that movie
Regardless-
studios do, they just resubmit it to the MPAA after they get notes
Regardless, this is kind of
until
our
they
first.
get the rating they want.
He goes to the Iceberg Lounge, meets Penguin. Penguin says, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
Get out of here." And then that's where he sees Selena Kyle. Then very creepily surveils her from afar.
Yeah.
But he gets out of his... And he does this a few times, which I think is funny because it's like, okay, I understand why he got out of his suit and did more of like a stealth approach. But then it's also like, that's still a lot of shit to put back on, dude.
Yeah. It
But
doesn't look like
Anyway,
it's-
he follows her back to her apartment, finds out that she puts on this little cat suit, and she goes out to get her friend's passport back that was stolen from her. And that's where he's like, "Selena, what's going on? I need you to get me inside the Iceberg Lounge. I don't believe Penguin, you know." Then so she agrees because he said he'll help her find her friend.
Yeah.
And this is where we get to see what he sees through the lenses, because she puts on his contacts and he goes in and she meets that's where she finds the DA. And because this whole movie, in the background, we keep seeing this talk about Salvatore
Well, before this happens, by the way, the police commissioner who shows up at the first crime scene
and then he gets
been
killed.
Yeah. So
Well,
the next...
You're right. Because this is a great example. I'm glad you brought this up. I'm glad you reminded me, because this is a great sequence of why I love this interpretation of Batman and Jim Gordon's relationship. Because they get into a big fight because a cop tries to touch Batman. He like slaps him away, like fuck off kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then the interim commissioner's like, "No, I could get you for assaulting an officer."
Yeah.
And Gordon's like, "All right, just let me talk to him." And then like, "All right, everybody get out for 2 minutes." And then he gets up in his face, like he's giving him the fucking business, and like talking shit, like, "What the fuck you?" But in reality, he's whispering to him how to get out.
Yeah.
He goes, "You got to hit me." He goes, "What?" He's like, "You got to hit me, and then here's a key. Take this door, go up here or whatever." So then, yeah, they're talking, and it's just it's such a cool scene because it's funny. It's kind of funny, again, it's a little bit of humor in there, of him being like, because he gets up in his face and he's like, "Listen, you gotta punch me in the face."
He actually says he talked about that, and he told Pattinson to just hit him.
Yeah, and he really punched him.
He's like, "I wanted to make it authentic." I'm like, "All right."
Yeah, so yeah, he punches Gordon, then takes off, and then shoots his grapple hook up, and he leaves, which I thought was a really cool sequence of, again, those two just trusting each other because they know that the cops are corrupt. They know everything is so fucking shitty that they just trust each other.
Yeah.
And so he leaves, and then he tries to do his little flying squirrel suit, which I thought was interesting, different glide mechanic than any other story. So he like grabs his cape around him.
Can I just say
zips
that
it
was
up.
Yeah, that was out of all of the movie, that was probably the only part of the movie that I was like, this is fucking goofy.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
From his perspective, it was cool as fuck. But then when they showed him and he's got this fucking rubbery thing on, it's like small criticism, very small criticism.
Okay, well, yeah, I could understand that.
But yeah, now that you bring it up, I was like, oh, what is that?
Yeah. And then, well, my favorite part is he wrecks it and just fucking eats shit, and then just gets up like, and then he just walks away, and then we're in the next scene. I was just like, again,
He totally makes that noise.
and I laughed, but then I was like, are we supposed to laugh? Is that like a little comedic scene? I don't know. I'm laughing either way. But
No, but I think it shows
that he
Reeves-
isn't perfect.
Reeves takes great care to show how vulnerable and mortal Batman is.
Yeah, and how he's still only in
He's
his second
just a
year of
dude.
doing this.
You notice also that out of all of the, I don't know if we ever see Keaton shirtless. Not really. Not really any of the Burton movies do we see him like shirtless, but certainly he's
Yeah.
built as fuck in Dark Knight, and also in the Snyder. You know.
Oh, and
don't know if-
Kilmer was shirtless too.
Yeah, I mean he's probably. The point is when you see Pattinson shirtless, he's not some roided out fucking protein freak.
Yeah,
He's just a dude who's in pretty good shape,
and he's not as big as Ben Affleck.
no, not by a long shot.
Yeah.
I mean, he's toned. You know, he's
no, but I'm
healthy,
just saying
but
size wise, Ben
Yeah.
Affleck is Ben
He's
Affleck's like
he's
6'5".
He's almost well. I mean, Pattinson is kind of tall. He's not that height, but he's wiry compared to like.
I'm wiry.
Well, he's wiry compared to Affleck is just fucking built, dude. You know, like he's just a brick shithouse. That's one thing I like too is they kind of showed that like he really is just a guy who fucking dresses up in a suit that helps keep him alive. But
Well, that's- and
he's
I-
in
you and I
danger
were
of dying every time he goes out.
Well, he fails the whole movie.
Pretty much.
He doesn't stop the Riddler. He just he figured out the riddle to lock him up, but Riddler saw that as a win because Riddler thought they were a team.
Mm.
We'll get to that. We'll get there. Well, we're in spoiler territory, so
Well, I mean, we're almost there.
I'm
anyway,
kind
really.
of at the point of like I just want to talk about the things that I really liked
fine.
because I kind of want to just skip around because we get to that scene, we find out the DA's dirty. The DA gets a little chatty with Selena, and then that's when he gets trapped by the Riddler in his car with the like Saw-style bomb on his neck, bomb collar. And then that's the scene from the trailer where they ram him through the funeral service for the commissioner. And then he gets out with his mouth taped. It says, "No more lies." He's got the hand thing, and it's a phone call from Riddler. And then we see that static shot of Batman walking into frame again. And it's a great scene because Riddler says you have to answer 3 riddles in 2 minutes to take the collar off. And every riddle is related to justice. And Batman, again, figures it out almost immediately each time. He's like, it's justice. And like,
bribes.
It's bribes. And like he was like immediately on it. And then he's like, who's the name? And that scene is harrowing because you can see the fucking timer on the neck collar. And so you can actually see it ticking away. And this guy literally rather died than give out the name because he's like, I'm fucking dead either way. And so, yeah, that explosion was gnarly.
Yeah.
Because, again, amazing sound design. And that was the scene that led to him fighting the cops. And that whole... that ear-ringing sound and this like the disorientation of what happened is so great. And I mean, and that's what I love too is that scene before it was him being Bruce Wayne, but it was still just him brooding around.
When he wakes up surrounded by cops, he's naturally like, "Oh fuck, I got to get out of here." And you do see that no matter what he's trying to tell himself, he does give a shit about his identity.
And you're
his alter ego.
You're also totally right. And even by the end of this movie, about what Matt Reeves does with this character is, and that's why I love the Daredevil show so much. Is he gets beat up a lot.
Yeah,
he gets knocked out a couple times in this movie because he's only human.
he's a dude in a suit.
Yeah, and that's what I love about it. And I love that it really drives that home. Like,
That's like I've the rubber or the leather mask that he's wearing a leather mask, and like by the end of it, you see a couple of chips taken out, like off of a catcher's
you see
mitt.
where he got shot in the head.
Yeah, kind of, and it's kind of like not really the Boba Fett dent, but it's kind of cool because you're like, he's just a dude, man.
Well, I like that later in the movie when he gets inside, he cuts open some police tape. You find out that he has the symbol on his chest are actually batarangs. I was like, that was a cool little touch. I like that.
Yeah.
So my dog's sleeping.
He's taking a nap, sleeping away. Sleep away, Cooper. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
We're gonna write a really overly
Hang in there, buddy.
We're gonna write an overly empowering song for the world.
Maybe, we need to focus. That needs to be the "what's in the mouth" thing. Believe in yourself. What's in your mouth? What's in my mouth?
What's in your mouth? Let's find out together. Wow. Wait, what? Well,
Anyway, back
I
to
mean,
Batman.
we're both eating the same thing, so.
Yeah. So why don't we check in with our good old buddy Ben Shapiro
Ugh.
and hear his thoughts on Batman.
All right.
And then,
Gross.
actually, you know what? We'll save it. I'll save it for a little bit later.
Well,
in the show.
let's finish the review.
Because we're not doing. I don't want to do beat by beat of
No,
the story.
let's-
But
yeah.
so you've seen the movie at this point, right? So we don't have to fucking break down everything for you. But the things that I really liked.
Let's talk about we can break down the moment between him and the Riddler in the prison, because that's pretty badass.
Well, even before that, I think the sequence before that, which is really funny because it hits every beat that it needs to. Like so we finally get a Batmobile chase scene.
That part was fucking cool, man.
Because the whole time we don't see, we hadn't seen the car yet because he'd only been riding around on the bike. And so
For a second, I thought you were talking about like a Schwinn, and I'm like, I don't remember
he's
that.
just pedaling around on the Batcycle.
Hey, come back. Hey, wait a minute. And you just see this fucking red little rectangle.
The best part is I knew that this was going to happen because I knew that he chases the Penguin in the trailer. But that rev is like a cool way of like, oh, fuck.
He does it for a while,
Yeah,
too.
and that's, again, his plan to the whole... He's such a theatrical bitch because he's just like, I could hit these guys, I could drive, but I'm like, I'm going to rev my engine and scare them because I'm all about fear.
Yeah, dude, all you can see is this little red thing. And
I love the fact that this is not a tank. This is a muscle car. Because either it's the ridiculous shoot, like the really cool Burton ones, the kind of more ridiculous looking Schumacher or the Tumbler, but this is straight up like a fucking muscle car.
Yeah.
And it looks like because there's like a prequel, there's a novelization that's kind of like a prequel to this, and in that it says he's like a gearhead. So the implication is he took that muscle car and he modified it into a Batmobile, which I think is fucking cool.
Yeah.
And in a way, it kind of takes out the Lucius Fox character a little bit, but I think if they're going to make a sequel, because this movie made a shit ton of money, and I think they'll maybe touch on him, because you don't really see him doing shit with Wayne Enterprises. You don't even know if he owns it. He lives in the tower, so I don't know. Anyway, getting off topic, but that whole sequence was just fucking great because, my God, the theme song to this movie is so fucking good. When he revs it, and it's just boom, 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 dun, dun, and it like that whole sequence, and then when he's chasing him, and it'll play the piano, play, and then almost every scene that Batman is in, they sprinkle in the theme. So and then he'll hit it a dun 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 every time he fucking hits it, and it's just so well paced. By the time when I remember sitting next to Luke, and the thing drops to make the ramp, and I go, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" Hits the ramp, flew the fire like in the fucking trailer, and then flips his car, and it's the same shot where he's hanging upside down, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" That was the moment where I was like, "I fucking love this shit,
Dude,
because of the dun, 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 and it's a horror movie. He's like Darth Vader.
My thing was, he's like, yeah, and they're,
I got you.
They're showing him, close up, and then they show the Batmobile coming through, and he's like, oh shit, and they show the Batmobile coming up, and he hits Penguin's car, and it's all very, very stylized, and then as soon as he hits Penguin's car, it's like you're on the street watching a car accident. It goes immediately to realism. This car just gets fucked up, all the shit, just all fucking sorts of shit. And it's a static shot.
Of him slowly walking into...
No, that's later.
Well, yeah, but then it
But the actual accident is like clearly was done with practical effects. You know what I mean? Like,
and then then it's
I love that
shot of him, man.
and then he looks down.
Yeah, and then he just walks up and again, a little subtle humor in there, but yeah, man, I remember sitting there with Luke and I'm like, this fucking score is amazing, and every time, and this is what's so smart, and I wish more. And say what you will about the Snyder movies and the Wonder Woman theme, but when Wonder Woman gets on screen and it goes, I get excited, I get into it. It pulls me in. And every time they bang this
we
fucking
we
theme
get
song,
both
I'm
kinds
in.
of chubs, metaphorical and literal. Because it's Wonder Woman, she's hot.
Wow.
Not all the
you
time.
misogynist. Anyway,
No, not all the time. I'm just saying.
right.
In
In the right situation.
the right situation, I can get both kind of boners. What? Wait, where is
well,
it?
that's when
Where
Zoe,
is it?
that's when Zoe Kravitz on scene. Then you get then you get 2 boners because you're a cis white male.
She was fantastic.
She's
too.
great.
Holy shit.
No, dude, the cast killed it in this.
She
movie.
disappeared, even though pretty much all of her like disguises were basically a wig of a different color. And I really liked how, the moment we see her, she's introduced, she disappears into that whatever persona. Then as soon as she's home, she's Selena Kyle. Then when she goes
Yeah.
back into the club with the red hair, she's a different, you know what I mean? Like, to me, that's a mark of a good actress or a good actor. I know they don't really care to be called actresses anymore. So a mark of a good actor to me is being able to disappear into different roles in the same role. Like, that's huge.
Jeez, sorry, I didn't mean to move the mic.
Fuck.
I'm getting used to holding it.
Piece of shit. Fuck you.
Well, that's the thing too about Zoe Kravitz. She's just so good in anything she does, and when it was announced, honestly, I was totally in on Pattinson when he was announced too, because I was like, you guys need to understand, he has done so much better movies than the Twilight shit, and he's a really,
I don't even consider him the same dude.
he's a fucking great actor.
I don't even. You know what? As far as I'm concerned, Robert Pattinson was not in
he
Twilight.
He kills it. Paul Dano kills it. Selena Kyle kills it. But that's the thing.
Jeffrey Wright kills it. Colin Farrell.
Well, that's what I'm
kills
saying.
Circus.
Every cast member that was announced for this movie, I was excited for. Especially Zoe Kravitz. I was like, she's gonna be a fucking great Selena Kyle. She's gonna be an awesome Catwoman, and she was. I do think that the one things that annoyed me about her, I don't think about her performance or the writing. I think it's just the character in general of Selena, because Selena and she's written this way. She's frustrating because you want to root for her, but then she always does things that compromise the situation in some way.
I liked how they actually showed her breaking into a safe.
Yeah.
That was
her actually being the
that was actually
burglar.
a nice change.
But and I understand. So when they find out that her friend was killed by Falcone, which again, John Turturro as Carmine Falcone, fucking awesome. That was another thing too. People are bitching about John Turturro. I'm like,
Why?
you guys know he does other stuff than comedies, right? Like, he's a really good actor too. He's been doing it for quite a while. He's
because of the Transformer movies?
well, just because of like the he did a bunch of stuff with Adam Sandler, so he'd been doing a lot of comedy stuff.
Okay, yeah. So there might be a generation that only thinks of him that way. Yeah.
There's a generation
But
that probably
I know
doesn't
John
even
Turturro from what is it? Miller's Crossing, the Coen brothers.
I know what you're talking about, but I have not seen it.
Look into your heart.
Well, yeah, and he's a frequent collaborator with the Coens. So
yeah, so he's
anyway, he's great in this too. But that sequence getting to the Iceberg Lounge is so frustrating, because it's like her going in there to kill him is fucking suicide. It's a terrible decision.
Yeah.
Why not wait for Batman to help? And then so she does that, but then he chases after her in his like stealth getup and sneaks in and fights everybody in there. And then she has a fight scene with Carmine Falcone, which I thought was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because then the voicemail got leaked, which again was like, if Selena, you just would have waited, we could have got him, but you had to, again, because they took some liberties with her character and decided to make her the daughter of Carmine Falcone.
Yeah.
I thought that was an interesting choice, because I'd never seen that before or heard that before in Batman stuff. I'm not against it, but that's what I like about it so much is, again, it's another example of this is Matt Reeves' version of Batman.
They changed enough of Batman about the stories and the little different things that are supposed to be and whatever. They changed enough of it to make it a new iteration to me, but they didn't change the important stuff.
Right.
Selena
They
Kyle.
stuck to the core of the character.
Selena Kyle is in this movie is the daughter of Carmine Falcone. Does that make her a different character? No.
But it's a cool thing. It's like a cool little twist. Yeah.
So wait, Thomas Wayne was maybe not a doctor, but he was running for office at some point. Does that make the Batman any different? No.
No.
He still gets killed. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
calm the fuck down, everybody.
But that's the thing. That's another thing I like that I like about this movie. Again,
What do you mean you're gonna gender swap a character? What the hell?
God damn it! Black Selena Kyle.
What the hell?
Black Catwoman.
What the Black Jim Gordon? Bear.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of right wing shitheads out there that are like, well, all the white people suck and all the people of color
By
are
the way,
good.
when I see one of you fucking shitheads out there with like those Punisher like flag, you know, like you're trying to be so tough.
Yeah.
All I see is a fucking big old fucking jar of Gerber's baby food with fucking wheels on
Just
it,
like you and
pussy.
your fucking stupid ass trucker convoy.
Seriously, you aren't tough and you're not cool and you're probably a fucking giant coward. So shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
Well, no. Yeah. Most of those people are fucking losers that are just grifting.
Fucking
Like a Ben Shapiro or like
there's a lot of
the
them in my
quartering
mom's
or
building based on the fucking stickers on cars.
I you know what? One of these when we used to do tinfoil radio, we used to take down people that we thought were dangerous and share conspiracies and were really just shitty people. I want to do that on this show and talk about grifting assholes like that who are like the quartering or geeks and gamers, and RK Outpost is the one that I saw on Twitter that he brought up in his review of this movie, saying that all the black people or people of color are good, and all except for Batman and Alfred, all the white people are bad. And it's like,
Ben,
no, but here's the thing.
should we tell him about Malcolm X?
Well, here's the thing though. My whole thing is like, you could have talked about all of this movie and left that out.
Yeah.
It is so unnecessary to the rest of a review
What did you
of
think
this
about
movie.
Black Panther, for fuck's sake?
Exactly.
Jesus Christ, man. I mean,
Well, they had one good white guy and one bad guy white guy, so it kind of evened itself out. But again, that's my point. What's
Never
amazing?
stops.
What's amazing about this movie? Never once, when I was watching this, did I think, "Man, I really wish Jim Gordon was a white guy." Never once did I think, "Man, Zoe Kravitz, I wish it was some other white chick."
You know what else?
None of that made any difference to me to
Yeah.
the character because they stuck to the character. You can have any skin color, and as long as it's the same character, that's all that matters to me.
You know what else I didn't think about once during this movie is, man, I'm really glad that this movie is furthering the social left, Antifa agenda of making sure that there's no police in the streets. And
no police in the streets, but freaks in the sheets,
whatever,
baby.
dude. Whatever the fuck your
Yeah.
fucking bullshit is, but
Well,
yeah.
We'll get.
I didn't think that once.
No, and that's the thing too. They're talking about there's some people that could probably talk about the politics of this movie and in the. But for me, the politics of the movie are simple. It's that.
It's basically Gotham
Corrupt-
City's Chicago, is what I can gather from
Yeah,
it.
it's really just a story about corruption, and it's a story about a young Batman figuring out the effective way to be Batman, because this whole movie he fails constantly. He gets shot at a lot. He's got really good armor apparently, but he gets shot at a lot. He gets beat up a lot. He doesn't really, like I said, he doesn't really stop the Riddler. He just plays his game to win it. And he even says to Gordon at one point, he goes, "We have to play his game.
Yeah.
There's no way we can.
We're playing his game on his
whether like it or not,
turf
we're playing
now."
his game.
Yeah.
And so, like, to see him still trying to do that Riddler plot and then go after and that was also when we find out about the voicemail. The whole time they thought Penguin was the rat, that the guy that's ratted out everybody to the DA to put away Salvatore Marconi. They thought it was Penguin. And then it's just so funny because after he kills Selena's friend, he just goes, "Falcons have wings." He doesn't say it like that, but it's also like, what else has wings? A falcon?
He kind of did.
He did though, right? And I was just like,
Falcons have wings. Hey,
fucking dummy,
you guys.
fucking stupid ass.
Falcons have wings.
I also love there's a part where Batman's looking through a crime scene and this one cop gives him shit, and Gordon goes, "He's wearing gloves."
Yeah. That was like the very first crime scene.
That's what I'm
He's wearing gloves. I was like,
That's what I'm saying. And there was another time a cop like tries to stop him, but it's just a cop and him, and then the cop eventually lets him do it. And I go, again, I would have if I was Batman, I would have just taken my hands like this, holding them out, and been like, "Gloves.
motherfucker.
I'm not tampering with it." But well, I mean, I am, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But yeah, the scene where she goes back to the Iceberg Lounge, where he's got, we referenced it earlier, but when he has that sequence where it's pitch black, and it's just all the only light you can see of the scene is the gunshots. That's such a fucking cool shot.
So cool.
That's such that
It's in the preview, some of it.
Yeah, but that's what I love about Matt Reeves' approach is it's a visual moment of, again, a static camera, but it's just these like quick flashes. And I hate to bring up Kick-Ass, but that's what it kind of reminds me of. Is there's a sequence in Kick-Ass where she throws a flashbang, and the whole time it's just flashing lights of her jumping around shooting people. It's kind of the same concept here, and it works so effectively.
Yeah.
And it's so cool. I love it so much. And
Would you fucking marry it?
I will. I fuck it. Well, so but here's the funny thing the funny thing about this sequence. I thought this movie was over. I thought after he got Falcone, he brought the rat into the light. So then it looks like Penguin's about to shoot him because he's like, "You fucking rat! I knew you were dirty, whatever." And he takes out his gun to shoot him, and then you think he shoots him, but then Batman looks up and sees there's a bullet hole from the street light, and he goes, "Bring him into the light," and then that's where they find the Riddler. And like that whole sequence was where I thought, oh, they found the Riddler. And then I thought he was going to have the interview at Arkham, and then that was going to be it. And then there's a whole other fucking like 30 minutes of this movie.
I had to piss. I
had to piss within like the first 30 minutes.
Well, you had beers. I had to I at a certain point during a movie when I know it's kind of getting close to the end, you can kind of tell when you're.
But didn't it feel like that though?
When
didn't
you're through, when you're through
Riddler, didn't it kind of feel like the end?
Every movie has 3 acts. There's the first, second, and third act, and third act is the end, obviously. And every movie I see in the theater, right around the ending of the second act and the beginning of the third act, is when I start thinking, "Man, I gotta pee." And that was close to, we go through the whole thing with the Riddler, and they go and he's at the thing, and it's okay. Now what? Then they whatever, but. God, it feels like this movie is not quite done yet,
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it felt off because it felt like the end.
I didn't want to give myself the hope that I was going to pee soon,
Yeah.
when they start doing the interview between them in the Arkham, and I'm like, yeah, I better just resign myself to another 20 minutes or so, because I feel like something else is coming.
I had some beers, but I also had a glass of water. So I really had to fucking pee 30 minutes
Yeah,
into this
you just
movie.
drank like 3 things just to go wash right through it. Well, see, I ate a lot of popcorn.
Man, and I tell you what, there's never a more glorious feeling on this planet than taking a long piss after a movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can't beat it, man.
I was standing there, and I shit you not, I peed for like a good 5 minutes, it felt like.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, And then Luke comes into the bathroom, and it's like the stall next to me, and he just looks at me, and I'm like, I'm still been here for a while, and I go,
You're just sweating.
And
You're out of breath.
yeah, pretty much. I'm just sitting there with my dick in my hand, just being like, this is good. That was a good movie, huh? You got a towel or something?
Just sitting there with my dick in my hand.
Sitting there with my dick in my hand like the Riddler when he got caught. Speaking of dick in my hand, I gotta pee. So Riddler, he gets caught. He starts his conversation by saying Bruce Wayne. He just keeps talking about Bruce Wayne. So then it kind of like sets up the scene where Batman, there's a lot of tension right away. So Batman has this look on like, oh, fuck, this guy figured it out.
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
That was fucking creepy,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, I thought the same thing, too. I was like, holy shit, he knows.
Yeah, and so then we also have that cool shot of Batman looking at the security camera being like, does this guy fucking know who I am?
Yeah.
And because, he'd already targeted Bruce Wayne after that, the whole thing, the car chase with Penguin, so we knew that. And that's where Alfred ends up in the hospital, which I thought was interesting because I thought they were going to kill him. I really thought they were going to just fucking ice Alfred right there. But
Yeah.
I really liked that scene because that was, I think, for me, where Batman's emotions flipped. Because he says that's the first time I felt afraid to lose someone. I thought I'd never feel that again. And then they have the moment where they hold each other's hand, being like, "I love you. You're family to me. You're my father figure."
Yeah.
So the whole Arkham sequence is really good, and amazing. And that was the first time we really got to see Paul Dano's face, because his face had been covered the whole movie.
I love like when he loses his shit, when he realizes that Batman is not on his side or whatever, when he loses his shit and he just keeps drawing out words. Like I can't even I'm just watching this performance and he's like, no, and it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's hard to really give good unhinged on screen,
Yes.
and he fucking nailed it, dude.
Again, it hits the beats.
Ugh.
It hits the beats of the Batman movie where we have an interrogation sequence. And it's not trying to be The Dark Knight. And I love that about it.
Yeah.
I love that it's not trying to replicate what they did there because it was done so well. Why try and do that? Do your own version of that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that whole sequence is amazing. And then him saying like you're my best, and it's the same kind of intent the Joker had, but it's not the same.
I thought they were gonna try and shoehorn some shit in that he was like Bruce Wayne's forgotten brother or some shit.
I thought, Luke thought they were going to do Hush because in the animated version, the adaptation of it is Riddler is the main villain, not Hush.
Huh.
In the animated version, he's like, I thought they might have done that. And they and I think Hush might be the next villain because they had Hush on the screen when he had his whole unraveling of saying the Waynes were dirty and the Arkhams and the Waynes are the most wealthy family. They made these lies of this renewal plan, but they just shoved a bunch of ornaments.
You could do Hush and Court of Owls in the same movie.
Yeah,
You could do
but
it.
if you look, there's a guy, the reporter that Bruce Wayne had killed by Falcone.
Right. Well, that Falcone, we find out Falcone killed without Wayne's knowledge.
Yeah, he just wanted him to rough him up, and he killed him. But
he wanted to quit politics.
no, he was trying to cover up the arc. Yeah, he was trying to cover up Martha being that she
At
was
the end of the movie,
Martha was institutionalized.
Right, but at the end of the movie, it's revealed to Bruce that by Alfred that Thomas Wayne was always a good guy. He wanted to quit politics. Falcone told Batman that Thomas wanted him to
Hush
take care of the problem.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case at all.
But anyway, the reporter's name is Elliot.
Yeah.
And Thomas Elliot is Hush. So I was like, is that them trying to reference? And then again, having Hush, like they really emphasize the Hush money part of that.
Oh.
But like that sequence is great. But then him explaining again, this is how the movie gets, like you were talking about, ripped and pulled into our reality, because we have Riddler talking about, you were never an orphan. You were an orphan, but you never were, because you got to go back to your little Wayne Tower and live and look down upon all of us, while I got stuck in these orphanage houses with 32 a room, and living in this shit. And your family promised to take care of us with the renewal plan, and it never happened. And like, to see again, what was so cool of like having that moment of Bruce's personal life and Batman converge, and seeing that look of, I feel like in that scene, Batman in a way sort of levels with him, but not all the way there, because he still thinks he's a fucking psychopath, because he is. But I love the fact that when he finishes off because he brings up Bruce Wayne again, he goes, Bruce Wayne, the one that we never got.
Yeah.
And then if you watch, this is again the subtlety of this movie and the subtlety of Pattinson's performance, because Robert Pattinson's eyes go from like narrowed to looking, when he finds out he still doesn't know he's Bruce Wayne. You notice how wide his eyes got, and it's back to that eye makeup, really making those eyes pop. And so and that moment, and then he immediately flips on the switch to be interrogation Batman, of just like, okay, you don't know who I am, I'm gonna fucking get some answers again. And then we hear Riddler give out his plot of the real change, and he said that he had vans parked around, and Batman goes, where are they? And he punches the glass trying to get to him, and then he leaves.
Well, then they start exploding.
Yeah, well, no, but then it cuts to him going back to the house where he found where all the drop heads are. Which is the drop a weird drug they made for this movie? I don't know. Anyway, and then he rips open the carpet with the tool that was used to kill the mayor, or was that the mayor? Yeah, that was the mayor. Kill the mayor.
Yeah.
At the first scene of the movie, and then he reveals like, oh shit, these are where all they are. And as he sees them, it's cut together to show
yeah.
the fucking vans going off, destroying the seawall of Gotham, which is fucking crazy. Like, this movie, I will say
I didn't know there was one.
this movie does kind of take a leap to go from and it still feels realistic. I'm not saying it doesn't, because again, that could happen. Somebody could blow up something on a seawall and flood your city. You could probably do that in New Orleans or
Do
something.
you guys remember Katrina?
Exactly. But I mean, it really jumps
Jesus
into
Christ! Can I miss the fucking microphone stand once?
just once. But it kind of goes a little bit comic booky, and I'm okay with it because it still works. It's still in the world. But then that sets up the final act, really, of Batman. By the way, did you notice when Batman was watching the video describing what was happening? Then we find out that Joker had been recruiting people, and it was kind of like
Riddler.
Right? Oh, sorry, yeah, Riddler was recruiting people, so it was kind of like a fucking QAnon thing on Reddit, which scared the shit out of me.
We still have to fucking do the Shapiro shit. I mean, we still haven't done that, have we?
It's not very long.
I know.
But
I just realized we still have that to look
no,
forward
well,
to.
that ties into the end of this. But that was scary for me. That was horrifying.
It's frighteningly plausible, is what I think.
Well, yeah, because again, it's intercut. So while he's finding this out, we're seeing that the mayor is having her celebration after the election, but it's in Madison Square Garden, or they call it Gotham Square Garden.
Yeah.
And then we see all the fucking Riddler guys come in on the top where the video board would be. Or like the rafters up there. So now, and they're all loading up their guns to shoot all these people. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this movie got extreme.
Yeah.
But then again, it's where this movie really excels, is that I knew this was going to happen, but I still freaked out like a giddy child because I love Batman and I love this movie. When he blows open the top of the arena and he slams down on the rafters, and that score just fucking punches you in the face again. And I'm like, fuck yeah! Like, I was cheering. I didn't cheer, but I was like, Luke and I were grinning because we're like, beat the fuck out of these people, please. And then, do you remember the scene where he's fighting him and he takes one guy, punches him, and then jumps up to another part of the rafter, and when he does it, he does like a barrel roll, takes out two guys, lands on his feet, and then punches the other guy, the third guy that was standing behind him.
Yes?
There's just a lot happening in that scene.
There was a lot happening.
So yeah, he beats the shit out of
that's
them. Gordon takes the mayor gets shot, but not in the head, which is stupid, but which always makes me laugh about these Batman movies is there's so many times I'm like, just shoot him in the face.
Yeah, but you're talking about a bunch of amateurs.
Well, it's easy to say when you don't have that man running at you and punching you, a little bit easier. And it's also fiction. So have fun with it. And then there's one guy that finally gets him, which again is like, really? He's been getting shot this whole movie, but this one guy clips him. But he falls off and he's about to die. And this was a really deliberate choice, and I liked it because it kind of again shows that these aren't real criminals. These are just people that have been radicalized. Because he's taking forever to load the gun.
Yeah.
And it was a really cool sequence. And then, of course, Catwoman jumps up. She's there for some reason. Or no, she's trying to leave the city, and she sees the water and goes back to the arena.
No, she can't leave. They won't let
Yeah,
her.
she tries to. Yeah, and then the water shows up after they say, yeah, you can't leave. He's like, yeah, the city's sinking. So they go back. She goes back, saves Batman, and then more water keeps breaking through the arena. Everybody's freaking out. And Batman stopped the Riddler shooters, but he didn't stop the water. And then I think this is what's really cool about this movie is the choice is I'm not going to stop the water, but I have to get people out of here.
Yeah.
And that again, not a word is said about that. It's all action. He freaks out. He doesn't know what to do. He immediately shoots the grapple hook, gets off the rafters, cuts himself down in the water. He doesn't know how deep the water is. He could probably die. But he knows that, like, I have to get these people out of here. Yeah. And that was the biggest character growth moment. That was the moment where Batman finally learned, I don't have to beat people up to make a difference. Yeah. I can, and I still will, but those people need my help, and I have to save them. And you were talking about this at the end of all of this. There's a scene where the woman is getting airlifted up in a gurney, And she holds on to his hand and just stares at him. Doesn't say a word, just stares at him, but it's that look of like gratitude. Thank you for saving my life. Thank you for saving me. And he doesn't say anything back. He just holds her hand with his and then lets her go and then stares at her as she goes up into the helicopter. And that's a really emotional moment. Because you talk about you were prideful that he finally got
I
it.
almost cried because it was just such a beautiful moment between these two characters, and it was just, I don't know, it was just it was really affirming. It was an affirming moment, and
It was nice
when
that-
you go through a movie for 3 hours where everything is dirty and grimy and shit, and you finally see a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what Reeves' intent was with that scene.
Yeah, and that's what he says at the end of the movie. He goes, "I've realized I've had an impact on these people more than I thought, and they're giving me hope." And because that moment when they beat the Riddler guy, he takes off the mask and he says, "What are you?" He says, "I am vengeance," and that is again a character moment of being like, "I'm not doing this in the right way," because he still got inspired by the Joker or the Riddler, excuse me, and the Riddler got inspired by me for the wrong reasons. They're doing this the wrong way. They learned that I can brutalize these criminals, and that will do something. But in reality, it's like I could do more to do things. And she earlier in the movie, the mayor says you should probably do more of the philanthropy. You dick.
Yeah.
Anyway, overall, I think again, I thought I was being a little too brash and emotional after seeing this movie last night. I'm like, this is my favorite Batman. But the more I talk about it, it's my favorite Batman movie.
Yeah.
Hands down, it's my number one. And I don't. And also, look, people, you can like both. The Dark Knight is a great fucking Batman movie. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying I prefer this, and it's okay to like Nolan's more. Honestly, they feel like two different movies. It's the same character, but I think they're both trying to.
I think if you have a problem with one of the with I think if you take Reeves and Nolan and you have a problem with one of them but you like the other one, I think you're missing the point of both.
Yeah.
Got to be honest.
I think they're both trying to.
Speaking of assholes who miss the point.
Yes.
Nice
yes.
segue. By
Nice.
the way. Nice.
Yeah. So these are clips from Ben Shapiro because he decided to go on Twitter.
I'm not your buddy guy. Changed my mind. Do you like the Star Wars one?
Yeah. I'm not your buddy guy. I'm not your guy, pal. The fucking Luke and Vader. But honestly, my final thing on this is, I think that's the beauty of Batman, is that the Dark Knight and the Batman could be about the same
If I was
character.
gonna rate, if I was a comic book writer and they were like, "Hey, you get to do Batman," I'd be like, I can start over, right? Like I can just start over. There's no fucking way I'm gonna look at 80 years of fucking continuity to see where the fuck he is now. There's no fucking way.
But
I can just start over, right?
and that's the beauty.
And that's kind of what Reeves did. Was like, I can just do my own thing, right? And they're like, yeah, and he's like, good, because fuck all that continuity bullshit.
I think Batman, more than a lot of characters, the beauty of him is you can have so many different ways to tell a story about him. And again, the Dark Knight and the Batman are about the same character, but they're two totally different movies in my mind. And I like both. I think Batman's my favorite. Would you say The Batman is your favorite Batman movie? Or would you say Batman 89 maybe? You know what? Maybe next week we'll do
Too soon to tell.
I don't know. Well, maybe when it comes back
What
out.
your voice.
Maybe when it comes out on HBO Max, we rewatch it and we'll give a Batman ranking.
Yeah. Yeah, we did with
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Okay.
All right, so let's talk about Ben Shapiro's Batman review because he went on. While everybody is praising this movie on Twitter,
of course,
he decided to
because
say
it's a
it was
good
bad.
movie.
And hey, look. If you don't like a movie, that's fine. It's totally fine. But when you're Ben Shapiro, and you can't just not like a movie, you have to not like a movie
By
and
the way,
put in your
this
shitty
isn't-
politics.
Yeah, this isn't the only shitty white guy who's got this.
Yeah,
kind
we
of-
talked about him earlier. Geeks and Gamers, The Quartering, RK Outpost. Fuck
Hey,
all of them.
Hey, RK Outpost, suck a dick.
Oh, Yellow Flash too. Fuck you too. I don't like
Fuck you, Yellow
you.
Flash.
You motherfuckers will get your day in hell.
You sons of bitches.
We're gonna do comic book content.
Man,
court.
you know what, Jake? You know what? Being part of RK Outpost, I love that I have so much money completely fucking over the human race with my bullshit.
Let's talk to Ben Shapiro. Ben.
So, what is this movie about? This movie is about how fighting criminality does not actually help innocent people. He says this at the very beginning. He says, I'm not sure I'm doing any good. I'm not sure I'm doing any good. By fighting the criminals, crime is still up. It turns out that Batman has to stop being Batman. Batman has been missing it the whole time. What Batman really has to be is Superman. Batman needs to go into areas like Madison Square Garden and not fight the criminals. He needs to go and lead people with a torch to a slightly safer area. He needs to help medevac people on the top of the... He needs to build Habitat for Humanity. He needs to join...
Are you fucking shitting me right now, dude?
That's
Are
what
you
Batman
fucking
needs
kidding
to be
me?
doing.
Are
This
you
really
fucking
is a
kidding
sort
me?
of
Habitat
attack
for
on the
Humanity?
idea
You
that
got a
fighting crime
fucking
helps-
problem with Habitat for Humanity? You fucking spine fucking sucking piece of shit. You have a fucking problem with building houses? You got a problem with it that you got to fucking poke fun at it? What kind of a fucking ass clown fucking piece of shit are you? I'm sorry, but seriously?
All right. Okay. So here's his final. I'm sorry. Okay, so here's his. I don't even
I
have.
knew that was going to set me off.
There's so much more to that clip, and I'm like, you've said everything you need to say.
Dude.
That's pretty fucking funny. So
Sorry.
at least for me, I love it. Some people are like, oh, good God, an hour and a half into this review, and you're screaming about Habitat. That's what I mean. You're totally right. Why the fuck are you bringing that up as a joke? Like, it does not
He's
add
clearly
to your review.
he's lumping it in with all these social programs, and it's like,
Yeah.
dude, you literally
Okay.
have a problem with people not sleeping on the streets. What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's about. That's his gripe. My brain had a reboot, but that's his gripe. So by the way, Ben, that scene in the movie where he's leading people out with the flare is after he beats the shit out of the QAnon bitches.
Yeah, you
so
fucking
so maybe
QAnon
that's why you
bitch.
don't like the scene. You fucking.
Maybe
What-
it's because the time
By
he
the way-
tried to get
by
all
the
those
way-
people
hey,
to
hey,
bring rifles
hey.
to Madison Square Garden,
Funny-
it didn't work.
Funny story. And now I got the mic off the stand, so I'm going to do a little
Oh,
stand-up
shit.
bit. So this guy, Ben Shapiro, a failed screenwriter, became a right-wing politician, or right-wing commentary guy. So then he says, we're going to say, stop it, leftist media. We're going to make our own movies. Daily Wire. You know what his first movie was? About a school fucking shooting. It was Die Hard with the school shooting as a backdrop. Fuck you, Ben Shapiro. You don't know anything about movies, and you suck. And the only reason you have any money is because you learned to grift, and you couldn't help your grift because listen, this little bit.
And
is,
there are evil forces
okay, Tyler,
in this
I'll
world
admit,
with lots of money that need you on the air to keep fucking humanity
Hey.
over. Because as long as humanity can't find its spot,
exactly. And you know what?
the
Ben,
rich get
I'm
richer.
glad you don't like the movie, and I'm glad because you clearly don't understand what this movie's about. Now, Tyler, bear with me. This is a 1.5-minute clip, but you're going to want to hear it. And believe me, I did the best I could to chop this together because he has so many bad jokes. I just cut them out because it's not even worth making fun of those.
Okay.
Anyway, here's his final thoughts on the movie.
It just feels like such a sellout. It feels like such a sellout of what Batman is supposed to be. Again, it's got a little bit of woke politics, but that's really not the problem. The problem is
Because black people
the
are in it.
broader woke orientation of the film. If the Nolan Batman was about the idea that you help innocent people by fighting criminality and provide an inspiration to people to fight criminality, if that's the idea of Batman, which it is, that's completely thrown on its head here. Matt Reeves, who's credited as both a director and a writer on the film, he does not like Batman, and I can't get over this. How do you give $150 million to a dude to make a movie about Batman when he clearly does not like Batman? When he thinks that Batman is bad.
Ben, you
and that
don't
Batman
like
has to
Batman.
be shown the error of his ways and learn to be a nicer human being. By the way, at the very end of the movie, Catwoman, who at no point has actually demonstrated any sort of moral bona fides. Like, I'm not sure she does a moral
Because she's
thing in the entire movie.
Catwoman.
At
You
the very
dumb
end,
shit.
She says to him, why don't you run away with me? And we'll go rob some hedge fund CEOs. And he doesn't say back to her, you know, that's bad to rob hedge fund CEOs.
Yeah, because
Instead,
they
he's
pay
like-
for your
he thinks
bills,
about it
Ben.
for a moment. She's like, no, you belong in Gotham. The generalized cheap left-wing sensibility is very silly with regard to Catwoman. Like, Christopher Nolan would snap that cut right to the action. If you watch Dark Knight, there is no wasted motion in that film.
Yes,
It's
there
2.5 hours long. This is 3 hours long, and it feels like 4. I never check my watch during movies, particularly not a Batman movie, and I check my watch at least twice during this film. It feels like a fundamental betrayal of the character, which is just it's lazy writing, and more than that, it's not nice to the audience. The audience wants to see Batman be Batman and be good at being
He did.
Batman.
He did
and know
plenty
why
of
he's being
Batmaning.
Batman. They don't want to see Batman learn the lesson that being Batman is bad. That defeats the purpose.
That's not
of
the
going
point
to a
of the
Batman
movie.
film.
So let's break this down real quick, piece by piece by piece. So one,
Can we just say he's a fucking
So one-
ignorant fuck
so-
and be done with it?
well, yeah, but I want to make this very clear. So one, his big gripe with Catwoman there is saying that she wants to rob a bunch of hedge fund guys.
I do too.
And his problem with it is because isn't that bad to rob billionaires?
No.
No, it is bad to you because they fund you.
Yes.
Secondly,
Also, you don't know how much a billion is compared to a million. Ben. Clearly.
Secondly,
You just don't.
the audacity to say that Matt Reeves doesn't get the character when clearly you don't.
That he
under-
doesn't like the
you
character.
Don't, you don't like the character, Ben, because Tyler, here's a treat for you. You've written books, Ben, and I've read books that you've written, and they fucking suck because your idea. But I'm not shitting you. And his big political thriller book that he wrote, that's like a Jack Reacher book. The president, who was supposed to be like an Obama stand-in in this book, he's a villain because he has social housing and social programs for America. That's why he's the villain. So Ben,
What the hell's wrong with you,
So
Ben?
Ben-
Ben, fucking take a
you don't understand shit.
take a long walk off a short period.
You like
dude.
fashion.
We don't need
The reason
you.
you don't like Batman in this movie is because he's not brutal enough for you. Is that what it is? Oh, I cut this part out. He says there's like some weird defend the police agenda. The police.
Yeah, I heard that.
The police are a cop is the second main character.
Yes.
A good
and,
cop.
And by the way, again, all of the other cops are corrupt. So
Always been the fucking story. Is the Gotham PD has been so corrupt.
Ben-
the only person that
Ben,
Batman trusts.
you're the only guy in America, and this includes white Republicans who still thinks that the cops are pure. I'm serious.
So my
dude.
point is the reason
even your fellow Republicans know this.
right exactly
The cops
the
are fucking corrupt.
yeah, that's cop unions. Yeah.
Duh.
The reason I bring this up, and I have this at the end of the review, and not just to dunk on Ben Shapiro because I fucking hate him, but fuck him. No, it goes back to him. It goes back to every other stupid fucking anti-SJW content creator out there. It's the same shit. It's the same grift. You're mad that Catwoman's black. You're mad that Jim Gordon's black. You're mad that there's a diverse cast, and you can't handle the fact that this is mirroring more of our current times. And you guys just can't handle the fact that when you guys get together, you do a January 6th, or you do what Riddler's Minions did in this movie, and you don't like it because it's not for you. And you can't understand that. And you feel like you're getting left behind because you refuse
Because you
to
are.
understand
Because you are.
that these movies are made for everyone.
Make
These
no
comic
mistakes.
books are made for everyone.
Make no mistake, Jake. The reason why these guys are putting so much money into this misinformation campaign to try and divide America is because they are getting left behind. They know it, and they know the only way that they can hold on to what power they have is through throwing money at
and by
shit.
the way, this wokeness shit that you guys
The
love.
problem is that they're never going to run out of money.
Yeah, I know. the problem is that this wokeness shit that you guys like to bring up with every fucking movie that has any sort of diversity in it.
Yeah.
The problem with it is, it's something you guys made up.
Yeah.
Yes, there's virtue signaling and wokeness in companies. And when it's brought out, like M&Ms and stuff, we make fun of it because we know it's stupid. This movie, at no point, makes it to go out of the way.
And you guys somehow tell us
Yeah.
that you actually wanted to fuck M&Ms at one point, which is just weird.
So
What the fuck?
I'm glad that you didn't. I'm glad that you didn't like
Yeah,
it,
me
Ben.
too.
I'm
Fuck you,
very
Ben.
happy.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Because you've shown to me you don't understand who Batman is. You don't
At all.
understand any of its character, and continue to just jerk off.
know what else
jerk
is-
off to your Christopher Nolan
Yeah.
movies. That's fine, buddy, and I'm glad you like those. But this movie's not bad.
Dude.
You just don't know how to tell a story.
Wait a second. He likes Christopher Nolan movies. Man, he must have lost his fucking mind with Tenet. A black main character. Holy shit.
I'm pretty sure he's reviewed it and probably hates it.
Probably.
Also, another thing I want to point out.
By the way, John David Washington is one of the most fantastic young working actors out there,
Have you
and I
seen-
will see him in anything.
have you seen Black Klansman?
I have not. I
It's
really
really
want
good.
to. I know. I really want to see it.
Him and Adam
I
Driver.
like Adam Driver a lot. Yep. But yeah.
But to put a pin on that and wrap it up, Ben clearly doesn't know how any of this works because either that or he's just really committed to his grift. Because back, I think last year, he released a video talking about how multiple like popular movies are actually conservative. Guess what? One of the choices it was. You're never gonna believe it. Just it's a sci-fi franchise that you love that had a sequel a couple years ago that was phenomenal.
Oh.
Blade Runner 2049. Ben Shapiro had the audacity to say that was conservative because it was a pro-life movie because of the android baby. And I'm like, Ben. Ben. Did you know that L.A. had snow in it in that movie because climate change ruined the planet? Ben, did you know that? Ben, it's not a pro-life movie, Ben. You don't know how stories work. You just are really committed to a
I don't
grip.
want to give any more airtime to this fuck. So,
Yeah, fuck 'em.
how was your weekend? It was pretty good.
Good. We had a we had a baby shower and
I don't really care how your weekend went.
got way I'm my family.
I just wanted to stop talking about bad.
I know.
I don't really care.
Thank you to everybody for the last two. I'm just the problem is I'm so fucking likable that people just want to keep buying me stuff, and there's just so much. We have so much stuff for our baby.
I have
It's
a
so
finite
exciting.
amount of space. And you're
I'm running
giving
out of
me-
space.
And you're giving me infinite amounts of baby shit.
No, it's good. If we have another one, I'll just have everything ready to go.
I said this to both Jake and Ashley when they were telling me like, oh, we have too much. Every parent I know has said at one point, at one point I was like, it's too much. And then about 6 months into the actual baby being there, it was like, fuck, I have no idea how, but we don't have enough.
Well, no, I'm actually more excited because then again, like I said, if we have another one, we'll just have everything there. It's all good to go. Don't have to worry about it.
Your older brother shouting this onesie.
Especially if we have another boy, because then it's just like, boom. Don't even have to get new clothes.
Also, Ben Shapiro, you're right, man. You know what? If you got, this is exactly how dem libtards are. If you do have a little girl, your second baby, what you're going to do is you're going to go, no, you're a boy, and dress him in the boys' hand-me-downs, right? Because that's what we want. We want,
Yes.
yeah,
Well,
right, Ben? Right, Ben? You fuck. By the way, Governor Reynolds, fucking shame on you and shame on Iowa Republicans for
All right.
attacking trans children.
Yeah, fuck Iowa, GOP, fuck Ben
Jeff
Shapiro.
Shipley. Jeff Shipley wants to suck.
Let's get out of this, man. Why
did I start this?
Yeah, why did you do it? You said you wanted to wrap it up. I'll cut it out.
Just fuck him.
I'll just cut it out at the end. Well, I'll clip.
Just take out the part where I start saying the thing about the suck. That's when I started going a little bit.
Call
off
Ben
the-
Shapiro a spine sucking something. I don't know.
I was gonna say something sucking and then spineless, and I just
Well, anyway,
fucked up.
Spider-Man No Way Home is still the undisputed champ. We didn't quite make it to over Spider-Man No Way Home. But
where are we at right now?
granted, most of this is we kind of condensed it because we have things to do. But
No, I just found
we
out.
have- we'd have to
I
go
just found
another
out
10
about an
minutes.
hour ago that fucking that
Snow.
it's snowing,
Yeah.
and I'm out like in a small town where he lives, and I got to get back to a
Yeah.
city
So we had
on
kind
an
of
interstate.
we had to kind of cut it a little short.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks so much for listening.
But we had fun.
Yeah, I told Tyler this last night. It was a movie that really just caught me off guard. It was a movie that I had extremely high expectations, and it exceeded every single one of them. And it was a movie that, that world I want. Well, and now HBO Max is gonna have a Penguin spinoff and an Arkham Asylum spinoff. So I'm wondering how they're gonna expand on that world that Matt Reeves has created. But I'm really
Before
excited.
we go, I do want to say that Matt Reeves has come out and stated definitively, or he has talked about Barry Keoghan's character at the end of the movie with Riddler.
That's a tease that it could be the Joker.
He has said, this is his exact words, he is a proto-Joker.
So he's before the real Joker, according to him.
His main thing is,
I didn't even know that was him.
I don't want
by the way.
I don't want you guys going out there thinking he's the Joker. I don't want you guys going out there thinking he's going to be in the sequel. So he's a pre-Joker.
If that's
Joker.
if that's the case, and they don't make him the sequel, I will respect that as a nice little tease, like a nice little nod to the character. He had also mentioned that he would want to do something with Mr. Freeze too. So I wonder if he'll ever. He stuck his head behind the bill. I wonder if he'll ever do anything with that. So as a Mr. Freeze fan, I'm really excited to do that because I love his character so much. But anyway, the Batman. Hope you guys liked it as much as we did. I know Ben Shapiro didn't. So, Tyler, how should we end this show? What drop should we pick?
I'll say this: if I had, I'm glad that I don't have Ben Shapiro's money because I'd be utterly void of joy and simple pleasure. Yes. What?
And that's it.